welcome to the session HTML DOM. So this topic is most important for all of you guys because as I have discussed in the session 1 that in order to create a website you need to learn 3 languages: HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So before learning JavaScript, knowing about the DOM is a mandatory task. So let us try to explore the concepts of HTML DOM. So see, DOM is called document object model. Means what? See, whatever the web page will be developed using HTML, ultimately it is called as document. So the document can be accessed by a scripting language through the document object model. See, using this technique, if imagine you are writing a script in the code and the result of the script should be displayed in your web page. So to do that, to do such things, you can use the better thing. In other words, it's a very simple task. See, the JavaScript is a scripting language used to locate a particular element in your web page. So in order to particularly locate an element in the web page, it uses a model called HTML DOM. Clear? So see, there are 3 types of DOMs: core, XML and HTML DOM. Out of these 3, we will learn only HTML DOM because HTML DOM is the version which we need to be learned now. Okay, now let us go through the object models. See, the programming interface where all the elements will be termed as object. We already know about the OOPs, like programming languages like Java, where the term object is used. Here we are using the elements of a web page as object. The main task is that, first of all. Clear? So now let us explore over the concepts and the objects methods that are used in the DOM. So before we go into that, let us explore the benefits of DOM model. First and foremost, it is useful for the scripting languages. Like see, just imagine if I'll click a piece of button, the result should be displayed in another part of the web page. Yes, right? When you click on a button, the result should be displayed in a particular element which you have selected. So to select an element, you need to use a technique, and that technique is DOM because it is a better technique to locate the element of the result also, means input, processing and output. These 3 attributes you are giving at a time through the usage of document object model. Okay, next please. See, these are the 6 popular DOM methods. Okay, so in this session we will be learning only the most important attribute, the first attribute, get element by ID method only. The rest of the methods notes will be given to you, and I will show an example of how to initialize the method like that. Okay, so let us explore that now. So see, what is get element by ID? See, in order to locate an element in a web page, we have many methods, out of which the best method is locating the element by ID. So how this is gonna work? See, for every element we have known that there is an ID selector, right? In CSS we heard the time first. So the ID, through the same ID, if you are able to locate an element in web page, then I think it would be a better idea, right? So that's the reason why I have chosen this method first. You can use many other methods also, have a look at them. See, get element by class name, same. Instead of giving ID name, if you give the class name also, the code will be executed. What's wrong in that, right? Now next, get elements by name. So by name, so you should add the name attribute to every variable, sorry, every element, which would be not suggestible because this method is an integral method that results the number of elements that are associated with same name. Like see, imagine you have your own attendance register. In the register, it is easy to find students having similar names. The same way, in elements also, how many elements that are related with same name? It will give the list to you. That's it. Understood? Now, next method. Get elements by tag name, right? See, name only, it's similar we discussed. Now, tag name means what? See, I am writing a code that has 6 headings and 12 paragraphs. So, how many heading tags will be there? 6. How many paragraph tags? 12. So, okay, headings can be separated by H1, H2, H3. But the paragraphs, we can't separate them, right? They all will come under one tag, that is P tag. So, this method will result how many paragraph tags are available in my web page. Clear? Now, next method. Query selector. So, query selector, instead of selecting them, it is a combination of the previous 5 methods. Means you can select any of these methods through the query method. Understood? It is used mostly in the high level web development designs, not in the basic designs. Why? I will show you also. Okay? So, I hope you all understood about the HTML DOM methods. Right? So, next session. So, now they showed a blank screen now. I don't like it. Let us write a code to check about the method called get element by ID. So I will start with one method. The rest of the methods should be done by you for a practice. Right? So let us have a session now. Okay students. So now we came to our notepad. See, the notepad is one of the best enemies for me because even though I wanted to avoid it, but I am not able to avoid this. So also, who are watching this video, please give me some suggestions for the best text editor that relieves the fingers pain for me. Please. Right. So now, have a look at the code. So now I am going to use the technique. So I am writing the code like this. So input type is equal to text. So I want a text input, so I have collected it, and then button, I have used a button, space on click is equal to on click is equal to disp. That's it, disp. And then we will write the code. ID is equal to btn. So then I am writing. So the main objective of my code is I should write a form which will take the input from the user through a text box. It will be his name. Once the user enter his name, that name should be displayed. That is the prospectus of my code. Now let us check whether I am able to derive the same output which I have expected through the document object model, right? So see, now till now we have created the form and it's ready. Let us check it out. See, we have the output form like this, a text box and a button. And students, one most important point, don't think that you too will get the same output with same size as me, because I have zoomed this web page. I have zoomed the web page in such a way that actual ground reality of your output is this much. That is why, to encourage you, I have increased the size of the screen at least to show my output as a very big result. Okay, so now the form is ready for us. Now to write the script of this code. Script. type is equal to text slash JavaScript. So it's done. Now inside the script we need to write the function which we have defined there. What is the name of the function here? Function, where are you? Function, where are you? At last I found my function. It is called disp. So I am initiating my function called disp. So inside this block I should write my function code. So where x is equal to, okay, here I should give the name, an id, sorry, id is equal to text. So id is also text only. So now I am writing. So I should write it like this: document dot get element by id, sorry, d of text dot value. Next, document dot get element by id of disp dot inner html is equal to x. That's it. So the code is ready now. So we should check this out. So see, I am going to refresh the screen now. So I am going to type the text apple. So display. Why it's not getting executed? Can anybody say? So we made a syntax error here. Find out what is that. Okay, I am showing the code to you for 2 more minutes like this. Let us find out what is the error here. So the solution is here, students. Here the errors which I have made, I will explain you. Listen to me. So first error, first and foremost error is, without a form tag we are not supposed to add the form elements. Clear? Next, another error. Ensure that the names and values which are giving to each attribute should match the code. Next thing, while declaring a function, ensure that all the output is displayed in a proper way. Like see here, where x is equal to document dot get element by id name dot value. Now if I see if I write the script on the screen, then browser, when it reads the code, see what I said, find out the id name. Where is the id name here? The name id is here. So what I said, dot value means whatever the value is available in the text box should be collected and should be stored in the variable called x. Clear? Now next, after getting the variable x, you should write the code that document dot get element by id disp. What is disp again? This one, the paragraph tag which I use it for disp. Dot inner html is equal to x. Here x means the variable which we have declared here. Now let us check the output of this code. So I am refreshing the page again. So see, I am typing apple and then display. See, the text has appeared here. So in such a way we can use the JavaScript. Now another doubt, right? Sir, you said building blocks of web, you can customize, you can do that, you can do this. Okay, shall we upgrade this application up to the next level? If you are ready, I am also ready. But to upgrade this, you should learn JavaScript. But in this session, I'm going to customize this web page. I'm going to give this website a new look. Means the button, the text box, the app, the output screen should be very bright, neat and elegant. To do this, what I'm going to do, now you just have a look. So now I am going to write the code called the style code. So I'm going to write the style code at the head tag. Of course, you can prefer the inline styles and the internal styles also, but I do prefer this internal style a lot because it's very convenient for me to note down the script, because I can see the elements here, right? Oh sorry, it's style, CSS now, so style. So again we are closing the style tag. So once it is done, we should write the code which looks like this. So inside the style code, I am writing the code for this. So ID na, to represent an ID of element, you should use the symbol hash. This symbol should be used, the highlighted symbol should be used to define an ID. So ID display. So open the braces, background color is blue. Okay, and then color white. Font family colon Verdana so the code is saved now. Now I have styled only the output. So now see why it is it hasn't displayed. May I know the reason, anybody? Because here we haven't closed the style tag, right? There is no paragraph tag here. Why? Because the attribute should be changed here. That's it. And we haven't saved it also. Okay. So there is an issue at the browser end. So now students, listen one thing carefully. Whenever you are developing a website, you need to ensure that the tech that is available to you is up to date. Okay, actually I have locked the output of this web page because I don't want to style the web page a lot more, but I have given the reference code on the screen through which you can have a good session of code. Okay, so with this, the session HTML DOM has been completed. In the next session, that is the last session, we are going to meet with learning the concepts called JavaScript, the language that adds the functionality to the web page, right? So I hope you all understood this session also, and thanks for cooperating, right? Bye.